When I was in high school, I was in the drama club, and our theater director had a habit of picking just incredibly inappropriate shows for a cast of 50 kids who were just like average, decent on the stage. At high school, they didn't make cuts, meaning if you auditioned, you got the part, okay? My senior year, she announces the show is going to be Bonnie and Clyde, which is historically a Broadway flop. It was with COVID anti-vaxxer and Trump supporter Laura Osnes and newsy Jeremy Jordan. It has a cast of 12 people and no ensemble. So obviously, this doesn't make a whole ton of sense considering she's going to put this on with like just under 60 kids. And, a lot of people might be thinking, well, that's crazy, but she also had a habit of illegally rewriting scripts after she purchased the rights to them, just so that they would like fit her narrative a little bit more. You could say that she was very creative, very avant-garde. Obviously, you guys hear, 12-person cast, 60 kids. How is this woman going to have a 48-person ensemble in the show Bonnie and Clyde? And the answer is she's going to add some big dance numbers, even though the show didn't have any of those. Not at all. I would have called our drama club a lot of things. Dancers First wasn't one of them. I get cast as Bonnie, so I get to ignore and / avoid the dumpster fire that is the 48-person ensemble and the big dance numbers, but I also have sort of like a front row seat to viewing the chaos. So the beginning of Act 2 is a number called Made in America. It's one of the bigger numbers. Everybody's in it except for Bonnie and Clyde. They like come in halfway through, but they're not like actually participating in the number. And you guessed it, she decides this is the perfect place to add in one of her big dance numbers. Now, the style of this dance that she choreographed, that's right, she choreographed it. She doesn't have any choreography experience. I would call it an interpretation of lyrical, sort of stompy vibes. I definitely wouldn't have called it dance, but it was something. So one day she choreographs the whole dance and watches the ensemble do it, and she is not happy with the results. She doesn't think the ensemble is making strong choices, which is what a director says when they actually don't know what criticism to give, but they just want to, incite a little trauma. So she has them all like pose on their last pose, their sort of button pose of the song, and she starts walking through them like as they're frozen, chanting words to try to elicit emotion from them. Bonnie and Clyde is set during the Great Depression, so she's walking through them screaming, poverty, dust bowl, poor people, famine, hunger, soup kitchen, poor people, poverty. I want you to imagine it's like famine, pas de bourrée, poor people, grand jeté. That's what it was giving. The show was a big fat flop, but that was obvious, I think.